Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe Mina, and I'd like to welcome you back again to Protect Your Money and Preserve Your Wealth. We've had some technical difficulties in the past. Let's hope we can get through it without the system going down. I'd like to apologize in advance in case it does go down, but we have a Wi-Fi problem here, and we're trying to get it rectified. So with that said, let's move on. Again, welcome, and here we go. Are you tired of your hard-earned money purchasing less and less? Of course you are. This stuff is paper currency. Where I live in the United States, the US dollar, it doesn't matter what it is in your country. If it's fiat currency, it's fiat currency. We'll get into that a little bit more in the presentation. And it's purchasing less groceries for you and your family. It's purchasing less gasoline when you go to fill up. It's purchasing less and less and less of all the goods and services that you need for you and your family's everyday life. I know you have to agree with that. You see it when you go shopping, when you go to the store. However you arrived here for this presentation, this is information that will help you protect yourself and your family by protecting your hard-earned money. So please pay close attention because you will see a solution on how you can make your declining paper money, again, this stuff, worth more than it is worth today and more than it will be worth tomorrow. I, as a Carapa's International Independent Affiliate, do not give financial, investment, or legal advice. Seek your trusted professional for that advice. Simply refer people to an online gold bullion savings account with an international e-commerce gold bullion company. What economy is most important, ladies and gentlemen? The economy that is most important, as I'm sure you will agree, is the economy in your own home. Not the economy across the street, the economy across the state, across the country, or across the world, the global economy. It's not important. Well, the global economy is important because um, it affects the world, and in a global economic crisis, it affects everybody. But the one that's most important right now is this one right here. It's the economy. It's most important is the one in your home. Okay, I got a little off there. That's the one that is most important right now, is the one in your own home, and that would be this place right here, in your little abode, in your own home. Okay, and what sustains that economy, ladies and gentlemen? This stuff here, again, where I live in the United States, is green. It doesn't matter if it's pink, purple, yellow, or multicolored in your country. It's fiat currency. The central banks worldwide, including the Federal Reserve here in the States, purchasing it out of, printing it out of thin air, and that is actually debasing it, making it lose its purchasing power. So the economy that's most important, again, is the one right here in your own home. I'm sure you agree. And it takes the fruits of your labor in order to sustain that economy. This stuff down here, okay? Now, it doesn't matter how much of that you bring in each week. Well, it does matter, but if it gets cut in half, if it's worth less, okay, the value, not how much you bring in, but the value of the fruits of your labor, which you bring in each week or bi-weekly or however you do at your job, and however you get paid, okay, and if it gets cut in half, not the amount of it, but the value, okay, and because they're printing it out of thin air, so the value, the more of this that's in circulation, the more they print, the more it's in circulation, even if it's digitally, when they tap into the computer and just poof creates currency out of nothing, the value gets cut in half. So the more of it that's in existence, whether it's actually physically in existence or it was made out of nothing by them punching into the computer. Okay, so the value is going down. Okay, you must agree. You see it when you go to the grocery stores, when you go to the gas station. So that's what it takes to sustain the economy in your own home. It takes the purchasing power of the fruits of your labor. And I hope to show tonight the solution, do my best job, so that you can see how you can protect and protect your money, protect your family, preserving your wealth, the long-term store um, of value. So moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, I want to load a video, so please stand by and we will get that video loaded up for you.
Let's say the United States needs money. Instead of issuing their own United States notes backed by their own credit, they issue treasury bonds. They then sell these bonds to the Federal Reserve, which buys them with money they created out of thin air. The money that the Fed created then goes to the U.S. The U.S. then pays interest on the money that the Fed lent to the Treasury. So to clarify, the Fed creates money from nothing, loans that money to the U.S., and then charges interest on that money. What this means is that there is never and will never be enough money in circulation or in existence to pay back that debt. We as a country, as well as private citizens, are forever enslaved by debt with no way of ever paying it off. Now, when the Federal Reserve buys bonds on Wall Street, the major financial firms that have been selected as dealers deposit the proceeds at their own banks. Fed rules require banks to keep 10% of their deposits in reserves, but the bank is free to issue loans equal to the remaining 90%. Let's say the Federal Reserve buys a $1,000 bond. After putting away 10% into their reserves, they are then able to loan out 90%, or $900. Since the original $1,000 is still on deposit, the $900 in loan proceeds is more new money, money created out of nothing. A total of $1,900 of new money is now available in the economy. Now the person that took the $900 loan spends that money. The payee then deposits the $900 into their bank account, and once again, reserves and deposits increase. This process goes on until that original $1,000 bond, which was created from nothing, becomes $10,000, making this one full-fledged debt machine while also devaluing the dollar. The more money that is out in the economy, the more the value decreases. There's no wonder that since the implementation of the Federal Reserve in 1913, the dollar has lost over 95% of its value. The U.S. dollar will eventually be destroyed due to an overwhelming financial crisis, and a globalist-run monetary authority will come along to save the day. And much
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so there's that little video that explained a little bit how it's puffed into existence. It was just an overview of how it's done here in the United States of America by the Federal Reserve. So, moving forward to the chart that we have up here now, this little graph of the dollar shows the debasing and declining value of the paper currency. So its origins over here of the Federal Reserve, which by the way, there's nothing federal about it, and it has little or no reserves. The Federal Reserve is not a government agency. It is owned by private investors. You can Google the creature from Jekyll Island. That's Jeckyl Island off of Georgia, where the Federal Reserve was formed. It's a cartel, and then it was sold to the government, and it was meeting in 1910 on that island, which was owned by J.P. Morgan. And just Google, I don't want to get into that now, it'll take too much time, but Google the creature from Jekyll Island, and you see how the Federal Reserve came into existence, and there's nothing federal about it, as I said. So with that said, let's just move forward here more into the presentation. So in 1913, okay, is when it was created, and the dollar was worth $1. And then you can see how it's dropped down into around here. Okay, about 50, a little over 50 cents, whatever. Then rose back up here in 1933 when FDR's executive order made it illegal to hold any gold coin, bullion, or certificates. Um, and then it started dropping back down again. We won't get into why, he did this in 33. You can Google that too, find out all you need to know about that. But they confiscated it, and you know, then they confiscated the people's gold because they were running out of money, just as we are running out of money today and in a lot of trillions of dollars of debt. Anyway, moving forward, you can see on the chart here as I'm moving down, it's declining in the purchasing power of the value. In 1944, here after World War II, the Bretton Woods was established, Bretton Woods Agreement, and basically the countries met after the war, and it was decided that the United States dollar would be the reserve currency that all the countries would trade in that, and in agreement with that, the United States said that it would back the currency with gold at the rate of $35 an ounce, so that countries would trade in the U.S. dollar, use it to purchase oil, commodities, et cetera, and it would be backed by gold, and if they so desired, they could turn in. They would buy the bonds, they would buy the USD, but they could trade it back in and turn it in for gold, again at the rate of $35 an ounce. And guess what? Countries started doing that. Okay, they started wanting their gold back, and you can also Google what's happened since then. Countries wanting their gold back, Germany, and other countries wanting their gold back, and the Fed can't get it back to them. Why? Do they have it? Who knows? Was it all leased out? Who knows? And that's something else that you can Google and find out information about that. Other countries asking for their gold back, and we reneged on it. Actually, is what happened. So down here, if we go down into here, 1971, when President Nixon had to sever the final ties of gold backing in the USD. Why? Because while the Vietnam War was still going on, there was a lot of things to pay for. And ladies and gentlemen, this was a certificate for gold. Okay, it was a replacement for gold. It was a certificate. Okay, the countries could turn this in and get their gold. It was a certificate for gold. Well, you can only print as much of this as you have gold backing it. So in 1971, they needed to finance things again, so they had to print more money. Can't print it if you don't have gold backing it. So he severed the ties, and when he did that, he reneged on Bretton Woods, and he also turned this into fiat currency, which fiat means let it be, or by decree. Let it be the faith of the people that believe in it that is worth anything, or by the government saying that it's worth you can pay taxes with it. It's fiat currency. Okay, so that's when it became fiat currency in 1971, and I lost my pointer. There it is. Okay, and since then it has debased and declined even more. In the chart here, we go to chart only goes to 2013 here, but it's lost 98% of its value. So there you have it. Moving forward, let's see. Okay, I wanted to show you all this here. Let me get this out of the way. I really hope the system doesn't crash. Thanks for hanging in here so far. So, rising food prices, meat, poultry, fish and eggs, 7.7, fruits and vegetables, 3.2. CBS admits inflation potential problem as food and energy costs soar. Down here, it's June, I believe, 21st, 2014, when they came out with this report. Keep that in mind because that's important. I put it there for a reason, because the inflation rate in the United States was recorded at 2.10% in June of 2014, so around the same time, right? Okay, so we just saw that it was just with food, it was almost 11%. So how are they only reporting 2.10% at the time? Well, actually, ladies and gentlemen, it's because telling the truth about inflation would require the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates, and that would be bad for economic growth. The Consumer Price Index, or CPI, is a central statistic that the federal government uses to calculate inflation. The CPI is a complex government statistic that was introduced in the 1920s to track the market cost of a basket of goods and services. I'm speaking a little fast because I want to get through this. I have a lot to cover. We're going to put a video here we're going to skip that video, okay, because in essence of time, we're just going to skip through that video. So beginning during the Carter administration, federal economists cleverly redefined the CPI with the goal of removing from the index expensive items, including food, which we just saw talking about, and energy, that would push the CPI higher. Okay, they don't want to push it higher. Okay, today the Federal Reserve, when setting interest rates, focuses on a variation of the CPI that measures core inflation. According to Forbes Investopedia, core inflation excludes items such as food and energy because the food and energy face volatile price movements. Well, and because they figured in food and energy, it would be a lot higher than 2.10%. Okay, and what's most important? Food and energy. I would think it's very important. I don't know about you, but think about that. So when removing expensive items from the CPI, market basket of goods and services, is not enough to depress the inflation numbers, the Bureau of Labor Statistics innovated even more, changing the weighted factors. So used in calculating the CPI statistics so that the results end up underreporting the true inflation people experience in everyday life. We say that again, it's important. The results end up underreporting the true inflation people experience in everyday life. I don't know about you and me, but I'm in everyday life, and I don't want them to be underreporting it. I want to know what the inflation rate is, okay, the true inflation rate. Okay, so here we go again. So it's, rising prices. You see it today, but again, this is from 2014, June 21st. So 7.7, 3.2, almost 11%. And you just saw that they reported 2.10%, and that was back then. Now I think in the past couple of days, the latest reports I read was they're reporting like 1.70%. But still, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say food and energy together is 9%, and let's say CPI is averaged out at 2%. So that what they're reporting. So total inflation, if you add that together, it's 11%, ladies and gentlemen. What is your bank paying you when you put this stuff in there? What are they paying you on that? 1%, 2% if you're real lucky. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're losing. You're losing 9%. So if you're saving completely in paper, you're losing money. Okay, I hope that makes sense to everybody. So grocery prices are rising. Grocery prices aren't rising. What are you, Crazy Joe? Yeah, they call me Crazy Jersey Joe Mina. Gotta have a little fun. No, prices aren't rising, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening is it's taking more of your paper currency, no matter what country you live in, to purchase the same amount of goods and service that it used to purchase yesterday. And what it's purchasing today, tomorrow it's going to cost more of these. They're costing 3 today, let's just say, because that's what I have in my hand, and tomorrow they may cost 4 or 5 for the same amount of goods and services. You see it every day when you're out trying to get goods and services, the necessities that you need for you and your family. So, ladies and gentlemen, this chart here is the buying power. Now, Carapace International is the company which I am an independent affiliate of, and Carapace International's product is 999.924 carat gold bullion, gold as money. So that's why this chart is going to show you a comparison about the buying power of gold. So which would you rather have, preserving your own labor? On the left here, you can have, let's go back 40 years to a gram of gold. Okay, 1 gram of gold 40 years ago purchased this right here, 5 loaves of bread. Okay, and 1 gram of gold and $1 US dollar, going back 40 years ago, purchased this much bread over here, which are 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not too bad. It's not too much inflation. It's only difference, of 1 loaf of bread compared to the value of gold, compared to the dollar. But ladies and gentlemen, you come down, fast forward 40 years, down in the left-hand corner down there, okay, this is how much that gram of gold will purchase, that same gram of gold purchased today. This much bread is 20 loaves of bread right there. Okay, 20, ladies and gentlemen. All right, 20. Compared to over here, the dollar today, that same dollar, will get you this much bread. What's that? Half a loaf? Not even. Quarter a loaf, being kind. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the value here. I hope that in between here, up here, that the computer up there can see this now. You have to program your computer to look at things. in the correct way. And if you look at this in the correct way, you can see that the value, now the price of gold bullion is going to fluctuate. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, but the value remains constant. It has always remained constant. It'll purchase what it purchased 100 years ago. The exact same amount of gold will purchase the exact same amount of goods and services today that it purchased 100 years ago and 100 years from now. Where over here, as you can see, the dollar is debasing and declining, and it's purchasing less and less, and will not purchase any more tomorrow than it purchases today. It will purchase less, ladies and gentlemen, and make that up. It's fact. Okay, so moving forward, I hope a light went off there. I talked about this guy before earlier in the presentation. Gold is money. Everything else is credit. J.P. Morgan. You know who J.P. Morgan is? If you ever heard of Chase Bank, J.P. Morgan. Okay, again, Google Jekyll Island, the creature from Jekyll Island, and you'll see how the Federal Reserve was formed, Mr. Morgan's representatives, and other key elite people in the world back in 1913 as a cartel. That's all I'll say. Google it. You'll be shocked. I was. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, carat bars is gold. That's real money, as I said, and you can see it in the picture there. And I have one to show you right there, 999.924 carat, real gold. Gold is money, encased in a beautiful card, UV protected card to protect it. And we'll get into more of that as we move forward. I will show you what I'm talking about. So welcome to a universal solution to the world debt, currency, and saving crisis. Karatbars International, ladies and gentlemen. Our CEO, owner, founder, visionary, Harold Seitz. I'd like to read you Harold's mission statement. My mission is to produce the highest quality gold available in the market, make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people around the world at a price point that everyone can afford. My goal that Karatbars helps millions find financial freedom from the current system of debt. Harold Seitz, from the current system of debt, that would be fiat currency, that would be credit cards, is a current system of debt. Mr. Harold Seitz again, founder, CEO, visionary. I just wanted to put this picture up. That was in, I think that was in our old office. We just moved because we had to expand. But there is Harold. I've met the gentleman twice in the past 3.5 years. What a great man. What a vision he has. He truly cares about all of our clients, all of our affiliates. Moving forward, there's Harold, and he has a heart of gold, no pun intended, and he has a vision for many years to come, not just for tomorrow or a year down the road. Harold's looking long term. Since the early 80s, Harold Seitz is self-sufficient in the financial industry. After training in insurance and real estate industry, he worked as an independent financial services provider with a number of companies where he was very successful. During the mid-90s, he reached with a company $60 million in sales, and end of 2008, he helped join a company to possess precious metals business. In just 7 months, Harold was the number one for the company, number one salesperson in just 7 months. However, his visions were larger than those of the company, which was only active in Germany. So gold in small units available for everyone globally is Harold's vision, not just in Germany. So that worldwide was a fantastic idea to offer people more certainty. So Harold founded in 2011, Karatbars International GmbH. The company specializes in small gold bars as gifts with 1 gram, and now we have 2.5 gram and 5 gram also. Merchandise, collectibles, and gift cards. Currently, Harold Seitz is operating with innovative products worldwide in over 120 countries, and his vision is to help in all 194 countries of the earth and the people through financial security, which I know that he will do, because when I started 3.5 years ago, we were in like 15, 20 countries, something like that. So Harold will reach his goals. Our product is good delivery gold produced by LBMA accredited refineries, 999.924 karat gold. That's real money. Again, you can see the card here. Number one is the gram of gold, which is embedded in the card there, and it is stamped with its weight and purity, 999.9, and the accredited refinery. I think that one, I can't read it, but I think it's in Nadir. Okay, and if you come over here to 3 weight certification, is right here also on the card, 1 gram, and each carat bar bears a hologram embedded with carat bar's name, okay, and also the serial number of the bar acting as a security feature. Serial number, so when you acquire your gold as a client of Carat Bars International, that serial number ties it to you, so it should be lost or stolen, or somebody tries to cash it in. So purity, fineness, and weight, again, 999.9. I mentioned that again. I don't mean to be redundant, but ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, we are not coins. Um, Coins have to put in a harder alloy for handling. That's why our card is encased in this this beautiful protective card, because 24 carat 999.9 gold is soft and would disintegrate. So make no mistake, we are not 999.5 or anything less. We're 999.9 purity, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on the back of covering the gold is the hologram that I mentioned as a security feature. As long as this hologram remains intact, and ensures the authenticity, fineness, and weight, as well as the gold has not been tampered with, and those that possess these specially produced bars, okay, these specially produced bars, um, should never have the burden of proving authenticity, fineness, and weight, or prove whether manipulation or alteration of gold has occurred. And when gold leaves the vault, any gold, the bearer is then responsible for proving its authenticity that has not been tampered with. Therefore, if you own loose bars or coins, as I mentioned, you must prove their authenticity if they're loose coins with Carat Bar's hologram that is already done for you, therefore saving you the hassle and the expense of having to have your gold safe. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have it all covered with Carat Bars International. Carat Bars International are LBMA accredited refiners. There's Adisay, Atacolche, Degussa, some of the refineries. And there's 55 LBMA accredited refineries globally out of thousands of refiners worldwide. And it is very stringent rules to be able to become LBMA accredited refinery, and that's what Carat Bars only deals in, LBMA refinery. So London Bullion Market Association Carat Bars are produced by only LBMA good delivery list refineries. Why is that important? The LBMA benchmarks the regulates acceptable requirements for gold and silver bars through its regularly updated publication of the London Good Delivery List. These standards are recognized throughout the world to ensure that accredited refiners continue to maintain the high standards mandatory for listings. So you can see right there any more information about the LBMA at www.lbma.org.uk. So moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to skip that video for time reasons. So our product again is Carat Bars, unique serial number applied to each bar, stamped by LBMA accredited refinery, available in transaction-friendly small units, 1 gram, 2.5 gram, and 5 gram. 24 karat pure gold purity, again 999.9 fineness. Hologram security feature, affordable for the masses. With Carat Bars, you maintain, direct, and manage your own account. Delivery is available at any time from 1 gram and up through FedEx right to your door, or offshore storage is available in an accredited private vaulting system, not in a bank. It's a private vaulting system that Harold Seiss has negotiated for all of our affiliates and clients. If you want to store your gold for free, or you want to get it delivered to you, that's entirely up to you. Um, but if you want to keep it overseas, just out of the reach of those who think that their money is your money without due process, that is entirely up to you. So Carat Bars are heat sealed with the most specific lamination technology available. You can also boil them, you can freeze them, you can bury them in the ground. When you dig them up, they're going to still be intact, and just as to the day that you buried it in the ground. So gold is real money again, and this slide here, just a couple of things to go over right here in the slide. That right here, gold as big bars that large bars few can afford. Over here we have our Carat Bars. okay, which are small boys everyone can afford. And right here in Fort Knox, ladies and gentlemen, they don't have coins. They have 999.9 purity good delivery gold. Okay. So with that said, moving forward, well, what am I going to do with this, Joe? If I have this in my possession or whatever, I have it in the account, okay, in my online account. What am I going to do with it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hold on to it because it's a long-term store of value. You're going to spend this first, in my opinion only, because this is debasing. It's losing its value. You don't want to spend something that's holding its value, and it has held its value over the past thousands of years. So with that said, Karatbars has K Exchange World, which is coming in 2015. There's already retailers worldwide, which are K Exchange centers, and they will accept Karatbars Gold for payments of goods and services, whether in the store or online, just like you shop online now. Okay, it comes to the time where you have to spend your gold. It's spendable gold, ladies and gentlemen. Karatbars International is gold as money, and their retailers coming in. You can see here, I was going to bring up this website, but again, in the essence of time, um, right here, let me just take that out of the way. Right here, you select your country, and the menu comes down, and then you can put your search in here, select your city or keywords in here, and all the retailers will come up who accept Karatbars gold for exchange for payment of goods and services. So we're not in the general bakery of gold um, brokerage firms or gold retailers or whatever. Karatbars is unique. Moving forward, you can choose from a large variety of specialty cards. You can see them on the screen there. If you want to say I love you, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, or if you know someone that's having a baby, here's a baby card. Okay, so you can see that there. What a better gift to give someone who else is going to be giving them gold and start them off the correct way to save money, ladies and gentlemen. What's the correct way to save money? Make sure it's not in paper. That's the correct way to save money, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have also our country cards, and we have the prepper card over here for you preppers out there. This Voice of Africa card, certain percentage goes to help in that country, to food and put roofs over the heads of children. And we have the Pope card, Pope John Paul. No matter what you feel about religion or the Catholic Church, you must admit that the Vatican is the largest one of the largest financial entities in the world, and I'm sure they did their due process before they're licensed with us for 100,000 of these Pope cards. I'm sure they have the legal team and the legal experts that they check this out real well before they licensed for 100,000 of those cards. And you can also, if you have a business, you can private brand your card with your logo on it, give it to clients for special events or for promotions or as a thank you. So there's a lot to be said. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Karatbars International is out of Stuttgart, Germany, and get this stuff out of the way here. Okay, recommended by BDS Bundesbara, which is a consumer watchdog organization in Germany, similar to here in the States. We have the Better Business Bureau. Germany is one of the toughest countries to do business in, and we have been recommended by Bundesspar, and that says a lot because it takes a lot of credibility to get recommended by Bundesspar. Um, so if they're in Germany, there's a picture of to the right of that of our corporate office, our old corporate office. We just moved out recently in the very affluent retail district of Stuttgart, Germany, and we're expanded, so we needed more space, had to move out of there. And to the right, the picture there is the offices for support. Logistic office opening in Wall Street, New York City. So we are expanding globally, ladies and gentlemen, and Karatbars International is our new office there on the right, which is about 10 minutes away from the old office in Stuttgart. And again, Karatbars International is regulated by strict German law, and it's privately held, no debt. Began operations in the States in April 2011 and currently serving over 120 countries, specializing in the production of small transaction friendly 999.9 gold bullion bars. Global FedEx delivery or free storage options available. No, it's a little repetitive there, but it's important information. I want to make sure that I'm not misunderstood. So, which has a better future? Paper money, which used to be which is equal to a gold substitute. Well, it could because it was originally brought into existence as a certificate for gold, as a receipt for gold. So, um, or gold money, which is a better future, ladies and gentlemen. Again, over here, the debasing dollar, which has lost its value, or buying power of gold. And over here on the left, I neglected to go over earlier in the presentation when I ran this slide, but used to be years ago that one income was enough to put food on the table, pay your bills, roof over your head, and put something away for retirement so that in your golden years, you would be able to survive, to live. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not happening anymore because that was the old plan, the 40-40-40 plan. Work for 40 hours for 40 years and try and retire on 40% of what you were making. It used to work, but now it doesn't work anymore. Now we're more like two incomes per household just to make ends meet, never mind putting anything away for retirement. So paper money was created as a gold substitute, okay, and gold has never let us down. 5,000 plus years of history. Now, past performance cannot dictate future performance, but again, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about the price of gold. That is for speculative thinkers. And Carapace International is not an investment company. If you are a speculative stinker, stinker, thinker, and want to buy low, sell high, go to a broker and spend 5, 10,000 more, whatever it takes that the brokers want, plus their fees for you to get in. Because Carapace International, again, it's not for speculative thinkers. We're a long-term store of value to protect your money, preserve your wealth um, for generations to come, generational wealth. So that's what Carapace is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward, um, on the left here, this is money. Okay, Carapace gold money. Carapace is gold as money, and on the right, this is not money. Again, it stopped being money in 1971 when President Nixon severed the final ties to gold and it became fiat currency. Now, don't get me wrong, because you're still going to need this here, okay? You're still going to need this, okay, to do business. You know, you have a little bit of it in your paper money savings and checking account to pay your bills. Okay, so you're still going to need this as long as it's around, okay? Um, and then if it should no longer be around, then you're going to be glad that you had this. Now, we don't promote gloom or doom, but you can check the financial analysts, Google, Mike Maloney, Robert Kiyosaki, Greg Manorino, Peter Schiff, the watchdog, what's his name? I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but um, you can Google things and see what they're saying that the dollar is no longer going to be the world reserve currency. Already we have the BRICS nation, Britain, Russia, um, Britain, Russia, um, India, Britain, Russia, India, BRIC, China, um, and South Africa have formed the BRICS nation, and they're not going to be trading amongst themselves with the U.S. dollar. So it's already starting that the U.S. dollar will be losing its world reserve currency. And then when that happens, it's going to affect everyone globally. Like I say, we don't like to see it happen. We don't promote gloom or doom. But ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're saving paper, you're losing. Okay. So with that said, for now, you're still going to need your paper currency. for as long as it remains in existence to pay your bills. But should the day come, you're going to be glad that you hedge against inflation, hedge against the debt, bet against the debt, bet against the debt with a percentage of your paper currency, fiat paper currency, and exchanging it for real gold money. Okay, so now this slide here, I don't mean to be rude, but I want to make a point. And it's, oh no, Joe, you mean to tell me that this is not real money? It's backed by nothing, unlike when it used to be backed by gold, like this, like the $100 bill down there. You can see I just blew it up here and put in gold coin payable to the bearer on demand. That no longer happens. It's not backed by anything. But again, the faith of the people, which is starting to diminish, and the government telling us could pay taxes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's lost over 96% of its purchasing power and its value, and it won't be worth any more tomorrow than it is today, ladies and gentlemen. Again, another slide, don't mean to be rude, but I'm really trying to make a point. So if I'm a little stern with you at times during this presentation, it's because I believe in what I'm doing. I've been with the company for 3.5 years, and I'm on a mission to bless as many people as I can, to help as many people as I can. So you have got to be kidding me if you think that the stuff here on the left is fiat currency, okay? If you'd rather have or that stay completely in that, or you'd rather convert some of it or trade some of it, exchange some of it with no fees or startup costs into real gold bullion, real money, God's money. So if you'd rather have mostly stay in paper, ladies and gentlemen, right up here, I'm saying it again. You've got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. So $100,000 of cash in 1932 is now worth merely $2,000 in purchasing power. It's important, in purchasing power, okay? While $100,000 worth of gold bought in 1932 is now worth staggering almost $5 million. You can see it there on the screen. So like if somebody buried $100,000 in cash in 1932, your family, and you dug it up now, it's going to, purchasing power is going to be worth merely $2,000. But if they buried $100,000 worth of gold bought in 1932 and you dig it up now, it's going to be worth a staggering $4,449,313 in purchasing power. Right here is the source. Down there, you can just go to that website, and there's the source on where we received that information. So moving forward to retirement, are you in the 40-40-40 plan? As I said earlier, is retirement. We're going to skip the video. No, you know what? Let's not skip the video. Let's launch the video. Stand by just a moment and let me see if I can't get that video up. If I could see my recorder here, please stand by.
Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Parker, on your retirement. We'll be happy to cash out your retirement account today. Just a few of the details. Great. Now let me go get your money. There's a little bit more. Okay, we have 5, 10, 15, 20. That's it. And I didn't spend it all in one place.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So that little video, it's pretty scary actually. What's happening to retirement funds? What could happen in other countries where the governments are swapping them out? What happened in Detroit? Uh, it's all over the place. It's pretty scary. Again, we don't like to promote gloom or doom, but the facts are what the facts are. So, with that said, the 40-40-40 plan used to work. Is retirement ahead? You work for 40 years for 40 plus hours per week and retire on 40% of what you're trying to live on now, or if you're already retired and had to go back into the workforce, I mean, how is that all working out for you? Ask the greeters at places like Walmart, Costco, the savings clubs. So, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't think that they were going to be saying, welcome to Walmart, welcome to Costco. They thought that they were going to be retired and living on the fruits of their labor and enjoying their golden years. It's not happening, ladies and gentlemen, anymore. The old plan doesn't work anymore, unfortunately. It's actually very sad. Um, so, ladies and gentlemen, when you become a client or an affiliate of Carrefours International, you will receive a replicated website, just like this one. Here's a picture of it, no charge for the website, where you have complete control over your account. You can see, the products, your Carrefours, shipping, storage, contact, FAQs. So you have complete control over your account. You just get back with the person that sent you to this presentation, and they'll give you the information. And once you get to their website, they can show you right there how to register. It's very simple to register. No, it's free to register, and to try going into a bank and tell them that you want to open up a savings account, and they're going to ask you how much you want to put in it. Okay, so they're not going to open it unless you're going to put something in it. We'll open your account for free, um, and you can acquire gold at your leisure, and you have complete control over it. It's your account. Okay, so moving forward. Um, so this way you'll be able to purchase more in the future, not less, of the necessities that you need for yourself and your family's everyday life. As I said earlier, you don't want to spend the gold unless it comes to that where you have to. You want to spend this first, okay, because it's debasing and losing its purchasing power. But as long as it's available, my opinion only, I'm going to spend this before I'm going to spend my gold. Before I'm going to spend this over here, okay, that's keeping its value, okay, and that will purchase as much 5, 10 years from now as it purchased 100 years ago, and it's purchasing today, where this is going to be purchasing less. I'm sure that you understand that. So, your everyday family's everyday life, your car life, home, travel, health insurance, they're all things that, we don't like spending this on those things, those insurances, but why do we do it? Because in case something happens. Why? To protect ourselves, protect our family in an event of a car accident or a life event or an illness. Okay, it's like this little guy down here on the right. The insurance of umbrella against the rain. Well, rain is life, ladies and gentlemen, and you need to protect yourself. We all do it. You have auto insurance, health insurance, home insurance, etc., etc. Got wealth insurance, ladies and gentlemen. Protect protect your money, preserve your wealth. Got carrot bars, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, got carrot bars. You can get carrot bars, ladies and gentlemen. We made it affordable for the masses and small increments at 1, 2.5, and 5 grams at a time. So if you're saving in paper again in this stuff at your bank, your local bank, okay, you're losing money, you're sinking. Okay, there's no doubt about it. You must be walking down the street like this guy here on the right and letting the money flow out of your pocket. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. So why carrot bars? Because again, experts recommend, again, Google Robert Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney. Experts recommend that we should have from 15 to 20% of our assets held in physical gold, not paper gold, physical gold. Physical, put your hands on it, or you have it in storage where you can put your hands on it, not paper. Physical gold, because whatever happens to this paper is going to happen to anything that's tied to paper. So, I'm talking about your ETFs, blah, blah, blah. It's just my opinion only. I'd rather have the physical gold than the paper gold, like ETFs and things. So, with that, over here it's showing that for most people it's just too expensive, to buy a large a large bar of gold, at the ounce price or kilos or whatever. It's just too expensive. But that's about to change. It's not about to change. It has changed because you can do it now in small increments, ladies and gentlemen. Pay yourself first. Protect your money. Preserve your wealth. Pay yourself first. You'll be glad that you did. The solution is as simple as exchanging the paper for the gold down there. Okay, no fees or startup costs to register and open your account. You just take this out of your paper money pocket and put it back into your gold money pocket or your gold piggy bank in real gold, ladies and gentlemen. The card was upside down, but that don't matter because I'm sure you get the point. So, protect yourself and your family. Register your currency grade gold savings account. Registration is free. There are no setup costs or brokerage fees. You have complete control over your account, just like your paper money account that you have with your bank now. But hey, guess what? There's no overdraft fees or any other kinds, of those fees. Where you run out, oh, geez, I don't have enough money in my account. And then they're going to charge you overdraft fees. If you overdraft and you didn't have money in there in the first place, how do you think you're going to pay the overdraft fees? They're feeing you to death, ladies and gentlemen. And your credit cards too is the debt system. They're charging you fees to death, late fees, and these fees and that fees. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So you need to register your Caracor's Real Gold Money Savings account. Not a declining paper currency, ladies and gentlemen. Contact the person that sent you here and tell them, I want to register my savings account now. So with that said, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention. I do appreciate it. Again, please get back with the person who sent you here and tell them that you want to register your Carapars International Real Gold Money Savings Account. Thank you for your time and attention. God bless. Make it a great day, night, morning, wherever you are watching in the world. God bless.